Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. SummerSlam is this Saturday, and with it we have to do some predictions. We have to figure out who we think is going to win. There are 7 matches in total. I'm going to go through my thoughts and theories on each one. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. There are, like I said, 7 matches. I'm going to go in order I believe what will be the card kind of order. I'll probably be wrong, or I'll probably go least importance to most importance in a sense. So we'll start off with Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. I think this is the time to put a belt on LA Knight. This is the one. It has to be the case, surely. Logan Paul has had it's a weird one for Logan Paul because he's a social media megastar in a sense. So he's been going around with the belt, putting eyes on the product, which is what you want, but I think it's time to take the belt off Logan Paul and put it on someone's going to be a bit more regularly, and maybe get the United States Championship back on TV a bit more, and a few more defenses in a sense in the next couple of weeks, months or so. So I think this is the time to put the belt on LA Knight. So he is the one I'm going for. Next up, Bayley is defending her women's World WWE Championship against Nia Jax. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Nia Jax winning this and then Tiffany Stratz cashing in on Nia, setting up a feud, going through them in the future. I don't think the cash-in happens on SummerSlam. I think it's a little bit early, but I think the title change does happen. Bayley's title run has been a little bit underwhelming, and Nia Jax has been on absolute fire so far since her return. I think she deserves it. She is Queen of the Ring. It is the time to put a belt on her as well. So I think that Nia Jax will walk out as women's champion, WWE women's champion. Next up, Sami Zayn is defending the Intercontinental Championship against Bron Breakker. Now, I think it was either Bron Breakker or Sami Zayn said that they were taking this one seriously after the last match at Money in the Bank. Obviously, Breakker doing sit-ups in the middle of the match and not really taking Sami Zayn too seriously, but he has run through person after person, attacking Sami multiple occasions, taking out Dragunov. This, for me, needs to be a squash match. You need to have Bron Breakker absolutely run through Sami Zayn. When was the last time you saw a big, high-profile squash match? This is the time to do that, and it's the right man with the right occasion. SummerSlam Intercontinental title match. You have Bron Breakker steamroll through Sami Zayn, multiple spears, or however you want to do it. Just have him beat Sami Zayn in less than 2 minutes. Something stupid like something low. You want it to be low, because then you want Bron Breakker to come out of it looking like an absolute badass. And then you start the story arc again with Sami Zayn. He is the ultimate underdog, well, apart from Rey Mysterio in a sense. But Sami Zayn plays best on the underdog back foot in a sense. So, and I think, but Bron Breakker needs a big win, and I think an IC title win in a quick amount of time will be the one to do. So I'm going Bron Breakker for the IC title. Next up, we have Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. Now, I did a video about Judgment Day. Now I think everything implodes within SummerSlam, and I'm going to stick with that within this. So I'm going to have Rhea Ripley lose the Women's World Championship match to Liv Morgan via interference. Now I think it's going to be one of 2 members from the Judgment Day. I think it will either be Dom or it will be Finn. They're the only 2 I can think of that will get involved and cost Rhea. Now, Liv Morgan's coming out of this. I think Liv Morgan holds it till, I think we've got Basha Berlin first, then maybe Bad Blood. I feel like the culmination is Bad Blood of this feud. So I'm going Liv Morgan to win the not win the world title, defend the world title against Rhea Ripley. Next, we'll go to the other part of the JD saga. Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. And I think it is time to put the belt on the Ring General. The King General, as they like to keep putting him, as he is the current King of the Ring. He deserves it for a start because he is phenomenal at what he does. He also is seemingly the man when it comes to titles. I think there's a stat that's like it was like 75% at one point of his career in WWE over NXT UK, NXT, and WWE that he's been a champion. That's incredible numbers, and you want those numbers to stay as high as they can because he is seemingly an ultimate boss, like up there with Roman. I genuinely think that Gunther has the ability to take this world title. And I know Seth did really well establishing it as the kind of secondary belt, because obviously the WWE title is the main belt. But the secondary belt is the World Heavyweight Championship. And I think Seth Rollins got a good start in kind of seeing to that and making it kind of like the workhorse world title. Now Gunther's going to put it to that next echelon. And I think he's going to make good work of it. And again, with this match, I feel like there's interference going to happen, and I feel like it's going to be Balor on Priest, and that's going to be Priest losing the belt, maybe a rematch later down the line, but I feel like the next point for Damian Priest will be a feud and like this implosion of Judgment Day where Balor and Priest go after each other, maybe JD's involved in there as well, and then you'll have Dom helping Liv as best he can to defend against Rhea. So that's where I feel like that's all going. So that'll be Gunther winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Next, we have the special guest referee singles match. Seth Rollins, the special guest referee for CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Now, I've seen a lot of comparisons to this. There was a few comparisons kind of brought up on Raw this week. Triple H in the Punk Cena match. They failed to mention Bryan. The Bryan Cena match, that was also a SummerSlam match. We had the Jesse Ventura SummerSlam special guest referee. We've had the Michaels special guest referee for Brett and Taker. And I feel like that's the way they're going to go. Brett versus Taker, with Michaels being the referee. And I feel like there's a kick or something coming towards one of them, and I'm trying to figure out who. And I think it's going to come towards Drew. And I think Punk will win, reluctantly having the 3 count counted by Seth, who kind of storms off and leaves. So I think that's how it's going to go. I think Punk will win off the back of getting in Seth's face. Seth will go to kick Punk. He'll duck. McIntyre will win. It'll be that or the other way around. It'll be one of the two. You can see it happening. You can see Seth is the reason why one of these two wins, and we move on to Seth versus the other person. So I think that's the way it's going to go. So I personally think it'll be Punk, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to call because I think it's going to happen one or two ways. It's going to be McIntyre's going to go Seth, and he's going to hit Punk, or the other way around. Who needs the win? Personally, who needs the win? I think Drew needs the win, maybe. Because Drew versus Seth makes sense, but Punk versus Seth makes sense. But then you could have Punk versus Seth further down the line. I don't know. This is the hardest one. I'm going to go Punk. I think it will happen the way I've just said, but it'll be Punk ducks a kick from Seth, something like that. Drew gets it. Punk hits to go to sleep reluctantly. Seth counts a pin. 1, 2, 3. He storms off. Something like that. That's who I'll go for. I'll go for Punk. And finally, what I think will be the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the WWE Championship. It's not undisputed, come on now. It's the WWE Championship. And I think this is Cody Rhodes going to beat Solo Sikoa. I think maybe we have a Roman return. We may have a Roman return. I think Solo Sikoa will put up a good fight. It'll be a good match, but I think the the ending is inevitable. It's Cody Rhodes coming out as victorious, possibly with a Roman kind of a little bit at the end. So that's who I'm going for. So just to clarify who we're going for in each of the matches, we're going LA Knight to beat Logan Paul and become the United States champion. We're saying Nia Jax will beat Bayley to become Women's World Champion. We're saying that Braun Breaker will become IC champion off the back of Sami Zayn. Liv Morgan will retain over Rhea Ripley. Gunther will become the World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk will beat Drew McIntyre. And Cody Rhodes will retain against Solo Sikoa. Guys, if you've liked this video, please leave it a like. Comment what you want to see on the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, guys, take care.